Have you ever asked yourself, how do I know if someone truly loves me? This story will help you find the answer. I still remember the first time I saw him. He was not rich. He didn't wear fine clothes. He had no gold, no car, no big house. But he had something I could feel, a heart full of love. We lived in a small village near the river. He worked in the rice fields all day under the hot sun, and every evening he came home tired but smiling. He always looked at me like I was the most special person in the world. I was happy, truly happy. But then everything began to change. A new neighbor moved into the house next door. He was rich, young, and very confident. He wore nice shoes, and he spoke with charm. One afternoon, while my husband was still working in the fields, the neighbor came to visit. He smiled and said, "You're very beautiful, but your clothes are old. If your husband really loved you, he would buy you new dresses, right?" I said nothing. I didn't want to be rude, but he kept coming every day. Every time he said the same words. "Leave your poor husband. Marry me, and I'll give you the finest clothes in the country." At first, I ignored him, but slowly his words stayed in my mind. One night, I looked at my dress. It was old, yes, worn from time and work. So I said to my husband, "Look at me. My dress is ugly. I want a new one." He looked at me kindly. "You are beautiful to me. You don't need a new dress." But I felt angry. "Don't you love me?" I asked. "If you love me, then buy me something nice." He looked down. He didn't say anything. But the next day, he went to the market. He used the little money he saved for a new plow and bought me a soft, beautiful blue dress. When I wore it, I felt happy. I hugged him and said, "Thank you, my dear husband. Now I know you love me." But the next day, the neighbor returned. He looked at my dress and said, "Pretty dress, but where's your gold? Your husband gives you cloth, but I can give you diamonds." He opened a box. Inside was a shining gold necklace, rings with red stones. "Leave your husband," he said. "Marry me. These are yours." Again I said no. "I love my husband. He loves me. We're happy." But he kept coming. Every single day. And again his words stayed with me. Why didn't my husband buy me jewelry? Maybe he didn't love me that much. That evening, I didn't cook. When my husband came home, tired and dirty, I said, "There's no food for you tonight." He looked shocked. "But why, my love?" "Because you don't love me," I said. "If you did, you'd give me gold." He didn't argue. He just looked broken. Then he quietly said, "I want you to be happy. I'll find a way." The next day, he went to his brother. "I need money," he said. "I'll work in your fields day and night. Just help me." His brother agreed. So my husband borrowed money, bought gold, and gave it to me. When he placed the necklace around my neck, I felt something. Not just joy, but also guilt. He smiled and said, "If you're happy, then I am happy too." But the neighbor didn't stop. Now he said, "Your husband gave you gold, but can he do miracles?" "Miracles," I laughed. "No one can do that." "I can," he said, "because I love you." "Then show me," I said. "Do a miracle now." He smiled again. "Not yet. First, you must love me. Leave your husband, then you'll see." I didn't know what to say. At night, I looked at my husband. He was eating the food I cooked. His hands were rough. His eyes were tired. But his smile was peaceful. I thought, can love make miracles? Does gold mean more than kindness? But the next day, the rich man came again. And the next, and the next. One day, I felt empty. When my husband came home, I said, "You don't love me. You don't do miracles." He looked at me, confused. "Miracles? What do you mean?" Our neighbor said, "If a man loves a woman, he does miracles for her." My husband didn't say a word. He just stood there, hurt and silent. That night, he didn't sleep. The next morning, he went to the field early. He fell on his knees and prayed, "Dear God, I love my wife. Please help me. She is listening to another man. I don't want to lose her." Suddenly, a stranger appeared under the tree. "I'm a wizard," he said. "I have 2 sticks. They can do miracles." "Miracles?" my husband asked. "Yes," the wizard said. "With the first stick, you can turn someone into a donkey. With the second, you can change them back." My husband's eyes lit up. "Thank you," he said. "This is the answer to my prayer." He ran home. "Wife," he called, "come outside." "What is it?" I asked. "I'm going to show you a miracle." He touched me with the stick, and suddenly everything changed. I had 4 legs, long ears. I couldn't speak, only hee-haw. Then he touched me again, and I was a woman once more. I looked at him, amazed. "That was real. You did a miracle." "Yes," he said quietly. "But now I must use it again. On your other admirer." He asked me, "Was it the neighbor who made you want clothes? Jewelry, a miracle?" I looked away, my eyes filled with tears. "Yes," I whispered. "He tried to take me from you, and I listened to him." "But do you want him?" my husband asked. "Do you want to leave me?" "No," I cried. I want to stay with you forever. I'm so sorry. Then he gave me the first stick. He hid the second one. The next morning, the neighbor came again. Well, he asked, can your husband do miracles now? Yes, I said, and I touched him. He turned into a donkey. Big, loud, and very confused. Then I said, now you can help my husband in the field. From that day, the donkey worked hard, carrying stones, bringing food from the market, helping my husband every day. Years passed. The donkey grew old and slow. One afternoon, my husband looked at it. He felt pity. He took the second stick from the roof and touched the donkey. Suddenly, the rich man was back. But he wasn't handsome anymore. His back was bent. His face was tired. My husband said, you tried to take my wife. That was wrong. Now go. Don't ever look at another man's wife again. And the rich man walked away. Forever. My husband and I lived many years after that. We were not poor anymore. But more important, we had peace. Because now I understood love is not in the gold. Love is not in the dress. Love is in the heart that stays.